Hello, and welcome along to Adobe After Effects with your host, Robert Smith. In this video, we're going to do some extremely cheesy lip syncing. Now, to do lip syncing, there's a million ways of doing it, and professionals do it with all sorts of frame-by-frame animations, but we're just going to have a bit of fun with the puppet tool. So the liquify filter, I should say. We've used the puppet tool in the last video to make the dog just groove along a little bit to the music, like this. Let's have a look at that. Okay, great. We've set the scene, so what we need to do now is find out whereabouts that comes in, the singing. And I'm going to grab the beginning, or I'm just going to move my current time indicator to about here and press the letter B for beginning. Oh, not a bad guess. I'm just going to move that a little bit to the left like that. Play it again. Okay, that's where we're heading. So I'm going to zoom in there and look at the timeline. You'll notice that the waveform here is a little bit thicker just through here where the voice comes in, because up to this point it was just music. Now it's got a voice in it. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the dog layer and I'll grab the liquify filter, just drag it onto the dog like this, and I might open that up too so we can see that. Get rid of my transform, go to liquify like this, and I want to be able to see both the waveform and the liquify filter. So I'm just going to move up to about there like this, and that's about where it's going to start. So I'm going to put a distortion mesh, put a keyframe here in the liquify. I could have done it up here. In fact, I could have done it there, but I chose to do it on the timeline. You can do it in either place, doesn't matter. Okay, and now what I want to do is I'm going to select this tool here, which is, I don't know what it's called, the finger tool, whatever it is. Now, if I want to change my brush size, if you're used to using the liquify filter in Photoshop, you have to come down here, open that up, and that'll do your brush size and pressure, etc. But I'm going to click here on this tool, and actually what I might do is I might just move along just a fraction. So I put my initial keyframe like that, and just like that. About that far is good, and I might have to zoom in so I can see the dog's mouth. I'm going to grab this brush and just drag his mouth down with little strokes like this and open it up just a little bit, as if he's singing or just making a gesture with his mouth. It's good to exaggerate it a bit too, make it look a little bit exaggerated. Maybe that's a bit too much, like that. Now it looks pretty ordinary until he starts to sing, until it starts to sync in time. So if I do that, I get this look. Okay, and I need to close that mouse. So I'm going to select that keyframe, Command C, that's the first one I made, move along a little bit and just paste it in. So now I get that, like his mouth moving. Pretty cheesy, but okay, let's move those a little bit closer together, like that. And I'm going to copy those two keyframes, the second two, and just paste them along a little bit like that. Now let's see if it's in time to what's going on. If I click this, here we go. Okay, not bad. It's a little bit too slow, so I'm going to select all of those layers, hold the Option key down, and click and drag to the left so it happens just a little bit faster, like that. Let's see what it's like now. Well, it doesn't get much cheesier than that. Okay, so that looks like it's in time. I'm going to copy all those keyframes, Command C like that. I want to zoom so I can see my timeline. Now what I've done, I've moved my beginning of my comp to this point in time. We're very used to bringing the end up to where we want it, but we can do the same with the beginning. If I just click anywhere with the current time indicator and press the letter B like that, that'll bring the beginning of the comp to that point in time. So let's have a look what we've got. Okay, not bad, not bad. I'm going to copy all that, and this is where the next bit comes in. Just about there, he starts singing again, so I'm going to paste those same keyframes in again. Let's have a look at that. Okay, now I might move the beginning point to here so I can have a really close look at it. It's coming in a little bit late, so I'm going to select that and move them all to the left just a little bit. Let's have a look at that again. I think it needs a couple more at the end, so I'm just going to copy these two keyframes. I think there's more words there in the first bit, and just paste them in like that. Actually, I'll make sure I get both of them. Command C and copy them in. Command V. Let's try it again. Okay, we need to do a little bit more, so let's move it along a little bit. Let's move our beginning to about here and see where to put those keyframes. Okay, move to about there. About there is where we want them, so I'm going to copy all of those keyframes and paste them in about there, and let's have a look at that. Okay, let's watch the little guy sing. Actually, there's a bit more to go at the end, so let's find out where that is. About there it comes in, so I'll just paste those keyframes again. Came in a little bit late, so I'll just move those to the right. Actually, came in a little bit early, I should say. Let's try it again. Actually, it was a little bit late, so I'll just move it to the left like that again. It's all about tweaking these keyframes. You can be as fussy as you like. Okay, let's have a look at that whole singing bit. So I'll just move the beginning back a little bit like that. And I might zoom back out on my timeline so I can see what's going on. I only really need it from about here. So let's just make that a little bit bigger so I can watch it. Here we go. Watch the little guy in action.
3 nights ago, I was at a disco. Man, I heard the where to go. 3 nights ago, I was at a disco. Man, I heard the where to go.
Okay, as you can see, it's very, very cheesy, but quite cute. So that's a great use of the liquify filter and the puppet tool just to create two animated characters in time to music. In the next video, we'll add the audio spectrum effect to make it look really, really disco. Okay, thanks for watching.